AI and robots have already beaten us in brains. They can do calculations faster than us. There's calculators much more smarter than we are, and they're just much smarter in just like overall English, math, science, like that. But let's see today if they can pass us in actual physical movements and in just sports overall. So let's dive into this video and get started. So like I said earlier, robots have passed us in like many things like calculations and just math, and also it has beaten us in some sports, you could call them, like Go and chess. Robots actually have beaten us in Go and chess, and if you go to some random chess website like chess.com, a very popular one, you will see there are a lot of AI chess bots that can adapt to you, or you can choose a specific chess bot that has a specific rating. So bots beat us in these two sports. When AI beat us in these two sports, it was just very surprising and very big thing. But AI might also pass us in sports now, not just like online or just games, but actual sports. So far, actual like physical movement, like flexibility and just running, punching, just getting stronger is like pretty hard for robots. They need motors and stuff, unlike us, we have muscles and everything. But mastering like the human body and all the movements has been very hard for robots. But there has been a few feats they have done, like Toyota has made a basketball shooting robot, which they claim to have 100% shooting accuracy, which is more than NBA players' free throw accuracy, which is only 77%. And AI is outperforming us in that part, but there are obvious limitations for this, as it cannot pick up the ball. You just give it to the ball, you just give the ball to the robot and it will shoot, and it just can't move like that. You can't move or anything. It's on this like kind of base, and you have to move the whole base, and it can't move around or anything, can't turn, can't pick up the ball like a real NBA player would. So this is pretty impressive, but it's nowhere close to real sports like a real basketball game. There's also a soccer robot goalie like in this video, but same for this one. It just moves like this. It's not really realistic, and in a real game, like a soccer goalie would pick up a ball, kick it, or just like come out to receive a ball, something like that. It doesn't do that. So it's still very basic. There's no LeBron James or like Ronaldo or anything, but AI definitely is advancing from the stage that there was no physical ability. But let's talk about what's coming next. Since robots, I think in these three sports, they have a very good chance of just beating humans. So just starting off with these three, I'd say track, so like running, and then there's gymnastics, so like flips and stuff, and then there's boxing. So let me explain all of these. Track is just pure endurance and sprinting, and robots are very good at endurance, since they basically, if you think about it, their battery level, it goes like down obviously, but for humans we kind of get tired. Robots don't get tired. Either they're like completely fine or they're at 0% battery. So let's say in the 100-meter sprint, human speed is 100% not constant, so it will slowly get slower. Let's say you're going like 20 miles per hour at the start. I'd say you will end up around like 18 miles per hour, but that's not with robots. With robots, they can go like 20 miles per hour for the whole thing, and that's why I think robots will excel in this. And also because this is one of the most easiest sports. It doesn't require much things to learn. It doesn't require a lot of teamwork or skill, like let's say soccer or something else would. But I'd say track is the number one, and gymnastics is number two, since you can see Boston Dynamic robots already doing like flips, and then they're also doing parkour. Parkour is another one that I would say goes under gymnastics, but they're like just jumping to the boards, then they're like back flipping, front flipping, doing all these stuff, they're sliding and everything. I'd say they could excel in gymnastics. And the third one is boxing, which I'd say it's already here, since there are some videos of just humans boxing a robot and just robots boxing each other. It's not like fully like completely boxing, but I see it's getting there. Robot has some pretty good balance, it's gaining balance, and it's definitely an improvement over the past 5 years. So robot boxing has a chance. track and field definitely has a chance, since robots would excel in running sports like that require endurance. You just have to make sure that the robot can run the whole distance it needs to and not collapse like halfway through the race. And then gymnastics, which Boston Dynamics is already doing. And there are actually some robot sports that are pretty popular today. Like there's Robot Wars, like this one. It's not super popular since these robots are very limited. They can't really do anything. And then it's also not popular since humans need to like relate to things. For example, if I'm watching soccer, I can relate to it and I can just watch how they do it and I can copy that in my game and I can relate to it since I do that and I can see humans actually doing that. But Robot Wars are a whole different thing that like completely that humans cannot do. So these three sports that I just said, I think they have a pretty big chance of making it big in robotics. And even if sports like soccer and just basketball and other team sports, if they do become as popular as humans playing these sports, and if they do overtake them, humans playing these sports won't completely die out since people can relate to them, like I said, since there's actual humans playing. And then also, you could think of another example, for example, like real horse racing, which people used to do a lot before cars were invented. And then there's NASCAR. NASCAR now is basically racing, just like horse racing, but then now it's like cars. Obviously, it's very, very popular, just like F1, there's NASCAR, but horse racing has completely not died out. It's still there and you could still watch it. And there are literally Olympic sports based on horse racing. So same, I think, will be true for robots and humans. Humans will still play sports. Maybe robots sports will be more popular, but human sports will definitely be there. So that's it for today's video. I think this is like a very exciting topic since a lot of companies like the Unitree robot, then there's Boston Dynamics and just other robots that they're trying to develop more robots to play sports and just get better at them. So this is very exciting and exhilarating field, and hopefully I can get some more news to you and there's more exciting robots coming out. So for now, I think we're gonna see a lot of development in gymnastics, track and field, and then the boxing, but we'll see in the future in the next 10 years. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you next one. Bye for now. YouTube Pro out.